This tutorial will include the following: registering an invoice, registering a credit note, maintaining a registered invoice, returning a registered invoice. Welcome to today's video. We are still continuing with the Accounts Payable module. However, today we are focusing on invoice registration. So let's get started. This tutorial will include the following: registering an invoice, registering a credit note, maintaining a registered invoice, returning a registered invoice, approving a registered invoice, and lastly, approving a registered credit note. So we're going to start by going to Accounts Payable. Then we're going to go to Invoice Processing, and we're going to then go to AP Registration. Okay, so loading, and we're just going to make this bigger. Okay, so as you can see there, the transaction type is invoice, so we're going to leave it there, and we're going to enter the supplier code, which is 9, and we're going to then tap off. Okay, so we're going to enter the invoice details, and we're going to enter AP 2350, and we're going to tap off. And here we're going to leave the branch as is, and we're going to tap off all the way to the invoice amount, and we're going to type in or enter the invoice amount rather, and we're going to tap off. Okay, then from here you can enter the invoice reference, and it can literally be anything. Okay, so let's just say okay, and we're going to then tap off. Here we're going to enter the person authorizing this specific invoice. So authorizing person, in this case, let's put in P. Smith. Okay, and we're going to then save everything that you just entered, and we're going to close the program. Again, we're going to go to Accounts Payable, and we're going to go to Invoice Processing, and we're going to go to AP Invoice Registration. Okay, waiting for it to open. We're just going to make this bigger. So now on transaction type, instead of leaving it on invoice, we're then going to select add credit note. Okay, so supplier code again, and we're going to type in 9, and we're going to tap off, and we're going to enter the invoice again is AP 2398, and we're going to tap off again. Okay, the branch still stays the same, and we're going to tap off to invoice amount, and we're going to then enter the amount, and we're going to tap off again. The reference, you can put anything, so let's just say RCN 398, and we're going to tap off again. Again, the authorizing person, we're going to do like the last one, P. Smith. Okay, and we're going to save everything as is, and we're going to close the program. Okay, so we're going to again go to Accounts Payable, and we're going to go to Invoice Processing. We're going to go to AP Invoice Registration. Okay, again, we're going to make this bigger. So because we are maintaining the invoice, we're going to leave the transaction type on invoice, and we're just going to enter the supplier code. So it's going to be 3 in this case, and we're going to tap off, and we're going to enter the invoice number, so 784, and we're going to tap off. As you can see, the information populates. When you maintain an invoice, it means that you can make changes to the invoice. For example, if this 6,300 is the incorrect amount, you can just then enter the correct amount. Okay, however, I'm just going to return it to the original amount. and we're just going to save and close the program. So we're going to go to Accounts Payable, and we're going to go to Invoice Processing, and we're going to go to AP Invoice Registration. Okay, and we're just going to make this bigger. Again, the transaction type is invoice, and we're going to come to supplier and enter the supplier code, which is 9, and we're going to tap off. And here we're going to enter the invoice code or number, and we're going to tap off. Again, the information has populated on the screen, and we're going to go to return right there. Okay, and the return registered invoice window is going to pop up on screen, and here we enter the reason. Okay, so we're going to say invoice. Okay, back invoice not for us. Okay, and we're going to then click on return registered invoice, and that's it, and we're going to close the program. So we're going to go to Accounts Payable, we're going to go to Invoice Processing, and we're going to go to AP Invoice Posting. Okay, and we're going to make this bigger. Okay, so on transaction type, we're going to click on the arrow, and we're going to select Approve Invoice. Okay, so here we're going to enter the supplier code, which is 3, and we're going to tap off. And here we're going to then enter the invoice, which is 784, and we're going to tap off. And we're going to then scroll all the way, and we're going to then go to the GL distribution, and we're going to click there. And here we're going to then enter the ledger code. So we're going to say 10 hyphen and 6540, and we're going to then tap off, and we're going to post. Okay, and that's it, and we're going to close the program. As you can see, the GL has populated on the screen, and we're just going to, you can take note of the GL number, and we're going to close. So we're going to go to Accounts Payable, and we're going to go to Invoice Processing, and we're going to go to AP Invoice Posting. And we're going to make this bigger. On transaction type, we're going to click the arrow and select Approve Credit Note. And on supplier, we're going to enter the supplier code, and in our example, it's 9, and we're going to tap off. Okay, so we're going to deselect GRN matching required, and we're going to come up here on the registered credit or debit note, and we're going to click on the hyperlink select. You're going to click on a specific invoice you're trying to approve for a credit note. So for our example is the one that we see there, and we're going to click select. Okay, a message is going to pop up on the screen informing us that the entered invoice is no longer on the system. Do you wish to re-establish the invoice details? And we're going to say yes. And we're going to then come here on the GL distribution, and we're going to say okay. And here we're going to enter the ledger code, which is as follows. Okay, 00, and we're going to tap off. And we're going to then post. We're going to close the program. And again, a GL journal will then populate on the screen. Again, you can take note of this journal number and then close.
We have reached the end of today's video. Please be sure to like, comment which videos you like to see next, share, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our uploads. Please do connect with us on LinkedIn. The link is in the description below, and thank you for watching this video.